If you'd said to me 15 years ago when I first started Otter Surfboards that we'd end up kind of with a board made out of this spectacular timber and my name next to Bentley, I don't think I would have ever believed you. Hey everyone, I'm James Otter of Otter Surfboards, where we design and make hollow, wooden, sustainable surfboards at our workshop here in Cornwall. Today, I'm going to talk you through this exciting new project that we've just released, which was a collaboration between Bentley Motors and Marnie Rays. This project came about when Lindsay from Marnie Rays reached out to us because she was looking to work with Bentley on a project that involved a surfboard, so taking her surf camps and their high-end bespoke customised cars, and we were that perfect kind of conduit between the two because of the way that we handcraft surfboards from wood. And it seemed perfect for us because we were able to utilise wood from Bentley, kind of go and see what they do and select some wood and bring it through our process of crafting a surfboard from scratch. The board we've chosen to go with for this project is our 7'2" coaster, and that was a conversation actually with Lindsay herself. She's been surfing for 4 or 5 years now, kind of beginner through intermediate level, so it was a case where she wanted a board to surf that she was able to surf and catch waves on, but that would also have a bit of fun in trying to learn some progressive turns and stuff. And also for us, it's one of our most popular shapes, and it's also, for me, it's one of the most appealing kind of visually when you see the plan shape of the board, that rounded pintail and the slightly pointed nose with that volume at the front end. It really, to me, it's the kind of surfboard that really just makes you want to grab it and run into the sea. With this project, the idea was to film the whole process, so me going up to the factory and crew, and then the making of it here in our workshop, and then Lindsay taking it for its first few waves. And it was really lovely when I had the crew here. They kind of saw the making of it, so we had one day where I was finishing building up the rails and gluing the top on, and then the second day we were shaping. And with everyone here as well, one thing that we do in the workshop here is we share the making of surfboards through our 5-day workshops, and it felt, whilst I know they'd come to film me shaping the board, it felt like a really nice opportunity to actually involve everyone who was a part of the project. So Lindsay herself and Greg as well from Bentley, they both had a go on the tools, which was really nice just to have them involved in creating some of the shavings and doing some of the shaping and working with this unique timber. And then obviously it was down to me to put all those last finishing touches to the shape, make sure I was really happy with it, and then take it to Paul, who does our finishing. So he puts this final kind of resin coat on the top with some fiberglass that makes it really tough and durable, ready for a lifetime of waves. And he's put this really high gloss on it, which again elevates that sense of luxury and speaks to the finish that you'd expect from something that has Bentley's name on it. Once the rough outline for the project was formulated, the first step was to go and meet the factory staff up at Crewe. They work with construction veneers, which are 0.6 of a mil thick, which is very different to what we do. We work with solid timber from the outset of making our boards. So it was a chance to talk to their staff about the technicalities of how we'd incorporate the veneers somehow, or how best to apply them to the surfboard. They had a range of different timbers, and when we looked through the different species of wood that they had available, me and Lindsay were both drawn to the koa, which is a wood that's a traditional Hawaiian wood that used to be used for making surfboards, which is a really nice thing for us to be able to kind of have that tip of the hat back to the historical side of what koa was used for. So now it's great to be able to say that we've now made a surfboard with it. But once we'd settled on that, the real quest was, how on earth do we put this veneer on the board? What's the best way to do it? And the only thing that we kind of could work out was that when we make our surfboards, we make a skin for the top and the bottom. So we make a 4 mil skin for the bottom and a 6 mil skin for the top out of cedar normally. And the best thing for us to do was to send those flat, when they were flat still, those panels back to the factory, and then they would apply a veneer to the outside surface, and then we'd get it back and then shape the board. I had to be really conscious of how the veneer finished on the rails, because I was going to be blending and taking wood off of that veneer. I knew we'd end up with this glue line around the outside being revealed, and I wanted to make sure that that was as neat as possible. I'm used to working with the Western red cedar and the poplar that we normally work with, that grows here in the southwest, and the koa was completely different. It finished differently on the blades, and I had to be really in tune with that to make sure that, because I only had one shot at it, that make sure that I got it right. As part of the project, the final part was taking it to the beach for Lindsay to go and surf it, and it was so cool. You know, we had one of the Bentley Bentegas outside the workshop, and it's it's a huge vehicle and amazing to look at, to hear, to ride in, and to see them kind of come and take the board, strap it to the top of the car, and head down the beach was pretty cool. Seeing that all come together and having that kind of recognition from such a big brand, and knowing that after 15 years of hard work and doing what we do, someone like Bentley as a brand and as a company would turn to us for our expertise and trust us to make a board like this is really special. And the next step, so we're going to send it back to Bentley HQ, where they're going to kind of check it all over, and then they're going to send it on to Surfability UK, which is a CIC based in Wales, and they teach people with adaptive needs and disabilities, and they get them in the ocean and get them catching waves, which is really awesome to think how a board like this that comes from the kind of really privileged high-end luxury world of surf, and it's going to filter back down to a real grassroots movement and support getting people in the ocean and catching waves. And yeah, they're going to be auctioning it off to raise money to continue doing what they do. It's been an honour and a privilege to be able to work with Bentley and Lindsay from Marnie Rays on this project. It's been so special to have the crew with Greg and everyone else involved from behind the project, and it's been awesome to see this wood come into such a special surfboard. If you're interested in getting hold of one of our custom hollow wooden surfboards just like this one, then reach out to us and we'll make your dream board come true. If you really like the idea of getting involved in the making of your own surfboard though, you can join us on one of our 5-day surfboard workshops, where I'll be there to guide you through every part of the process for you to make your own hollow wooden dream surfboard. If you've enjoyed this, please feel free to like and subscribe below. You can find out much more about us on our website at ottersurfboards.co.uk. And if I don't see you in the workshop, I'll see you in the water.